Hi everyone and welcome to Germany for Student channel. Today is the 33rd lesson of A1 level of German language course, and today we are going to start the topic of dative with a personal pronoun. So we will see what are the personal pronoun in dative, and then we have some examples where we will use the personal pronoun so that we can understand how we have to use the personal pronouns in dative. Before we start, first let's have a look at what is a personal pronoun. So for that I have listed three sentences here. Alex is my friend. So I'm talking about Alex. Alex is my friend. Alex lives in Berlin. I know Alex since long. So these are the three example sentences where I am talking about Alex, and in all three sentences I am using the name Alex. So Alex is one noun. When you start talking about something or someone, in the first sentence you maybe use the name, but in the next sentences you usually do not use the name. Instead you use the personal pronouns or the pronouns instead of using the noun. So if I use pronoun instead of noun, then what will be the personal pronoun for Alex? Alex is my friend. Okay, that is fine. Then I can say he lives in Berlin. So here the pronoun is he. He lives in Berlin. I know Alex. Now, if I want to use this, if I want to remove this noun and I want to use the personal pronoun for him, then it will be I know him since long. So these are the personal pronouns in English. Now let's have a look at personal pronouns in German language, and we know that in German language we have to use nominative, accusative and dative cases, and depending on which case we are talking about something or someone, the personal pronouns will change. So I have taken nominative, accusative, dative because we will use the personal pronoun from all these three cases. Therefore, if they are written over here, then it will be easier for us to use them here. So if we start with the nominative ish, which means I, do, you, informal, sie, formal, you, er means he, sie, she, as, it, wir means we, ihr, you people, collective, plural, sie, again you people, but in a formal way, sie means they. Now in accusative, ish will be changed to mish and it means me or my. Do will change to dish and sie will remain sie in accusative also. Er will change to in, z will remain z, as will remain as, wir will change to uns, which means us, ihr will change to euch, which means you, collective again informal, plural noun, sie will remain sie, and sie for they it will remain sie. Then we have dative, and dative personal pronoun for ich in nominative is mir, du, dir, sie, ihnen, er, ihm, sie, ihr, es, ihm, wir, uns, ihr, euch, sie, ihnen, sie, ihnen. Now let's have a look into the sentences, and if you remember from the previous lesson, we learned that one possible scenario where we use dative is when we treat dative as indirect object of the sentence. Now indirect object means that something or someone for whom the action is being performed, that will be the indirect object, and indirect object in the sentence will be the dative. So let's break this sentence into different parts. Lisa gibt dem Lehrer das Buch. Now in this sentence you see that you have three different nouns. Lisa, dem Lehrer, das Buch. And we know that all the German nouns we start with a capital letter, so it shouldn't be difficult for you to identify how many nouns are available and which are the nouns. So in this sentence we have three nouns. Now we have to identify which noun is in the nominative case, which noun is the accusative case, and which noun is the dative case. Now first we have to see what does nominative mean. Nominative means the subject of the sentence and it is something that is performing any action. And now in this sentence, Lisa gibt dem Lehrer das Buch, which means Lisa is giving the book to the teacher. Lehrer means teacher, and Buch means book. Book is a neuter noun and Lehrer is a masculine noun. Since Lisa is performing the action, therefore Lisa is in the nominative case. Now who is receiving the action? The book is receiving the action because it is being given. Therefore book will be in the accusative case. And for whom the action is being performed? For the teacher, because he is getting the book. So nominative, dative and accusative. Another way to identify this is who is performing what for whom. So who is performing an action? Lisa is performing an action, and anything or anyone who is performing an action or who answers the questions who, then that will be the nominative. Now what is being given? Now what is being given is the book, and anything that is answering the question what, that will be in the accusative case, and for whom the action is being performed, that will be in the dative case. So who is doing what for whom? Who is nominative, what is accusative, for whom is dative. Now in this sentence we have three nouns, one in the nominative, one in the dative and one in the accusative. So what we will do is we will replace the nouns with the pronouns, and we will see what is the personal pronoun for different nouns which are present in the sentence, and how the sentence structure will change if we use the pronouns. Now you see that nominative is coming at the first place. In a normal German sentence, verb will always take the second position, and if we are using the indirect object, then indirect object or indirect noun will come after the verb, and after the indirect object the direct object will come. Now in the first sentence what we do is we replace the noun Lisa with the personal pronoun. Since we know that Lisa is the nominative case, now we check that what is the personal pronoun for Lisa in the nominative case, and Lisa is a feminine noun. Therefore for nominative case we have to follow this column of the sentence, and here we have the personal pronoun sie. Therefore we will use the nominative personal pronoun for Lisa because Lisa is in the nominative case. So sie gibt dem Lehrer das Buch. She gives the teacher the book. Now in the next sentence what we do is we go a step further and we take the personal pronoun of dative noun here, which is dem Lehrer. Sie gibt ihm das Buch. She gives him the book. Now here you see that you are using ihm as a personal pronoun for the noun dem Lehrer. Now how you have selected this? Because you know that this is the dative case and we have to refer this column. Now since Lehrer is a masculine noun, therefore here is the masculine noun, third person singular, and here is the personal pronoun for the masculine noun in dative. So we have used ihm instead of noun dem Lehrer. And for direct object das Buch we haven't used the personal pronoun, therefore it will remain as it is. Now one more thing here, you see that you have used the personal pronoun of dative, but the sentence structure or the position of dative and accusative remains the same. The dative part is coming after the verb and accusative part is coming after the dative part. Now in the next sentence what we do is we use the personal pronoun of the direct object, which is accusative, and we use the noun of the indirect object, which is the dative case. So sie gibt es dem Lehrer. She gives it to the teacher. Now here you see that if you are using the personal pronoun of accusative or direct object, then it will come after the verb, and the direct object will go, and the indirect object will go after the direct object. Sie gibt es dem Lehrer. So that dative will come after accusative. In the next example, we will use personal pronoun for all three nouns that we had here and see that what is the sequence of sentence. Sie gibt es ihm. She give it to him. Now here in this sentence again the sequence of sentence will remain as it is. So direct object will come soon after the conjugated verb, and dative will come after the accusative. Now one thing that you have noted is that if you use the personal pronoun of the direct object, it will come soon after the verb, and the indirect object or the dative, whether it is used as a personal pronoun or it is used as noun, will come after the accusative personal pronoun. So this is how the position of accusative and dative will change if you use the personal pronouns instead of nouns. Now let's move to the next example, which is Paul erzählt den Kindern eine Geschichte. Paul tells a story to the children. Now in this sentence again we have Paul, one noun, then we have den Kindern, and then we have third noun eine Geschichte. This Paul is telling a story, so it is performing an action. It is the nominative case. It is the subject of the sentence. What is he telling? He is telling a story. So eine Geschichte is in the accusative case, and to whom he is telling the story? To the kids. So den Kindern is in the dative case. And we know that verb will come at the second position and it will be conjugated according to the subject of the sentence, which is Paul. So verb is erzählen, which means to tell, and if we conjugate it with respect to Paul, it will become erzählt. Now what we do in the same way, first we use the personal pronoun for the noun Paul because it is in the nominative case. So we start with the nominative case. Paul is a masculine noun, therefore the masculine noun in the nominative case is er. Therefore we will replace Paul with er. Er erzählt den Kindern eine Geschichte. He tells a story to the kids. Now in the next example we use the personal pronoun for the dative part of the sentence, which is den Kindern, and since it's a plural noun, we will use the dative column, and for them he tells a story to them. So here them is ihnen, and you see that the position of ihnen will be here after the verb because the direct object is still in the noun form. We haven't used the personal pronoun for the direct object. Now in the next sentence we use the personal pronoun of the direct object, which is eine Geschichte. Now since Geschichte is a feminine noun in accusative case, so we see that what is the personal pronoun of feminine noun in the accusative case. So personal pronoun for accusative case for a feminine noun is sie. Therefore we will use sie as a personal pronoun for Geschichte. Er erzählt sie den Kindern. He tells it to the kids. Since we have used the personal pronoun of accusative or the direct object, therefore it will come after the verb and the dative will come after the accusative case in the same way we have used it here. So in the next example, we will use all three personal pronouns of all three nouns. Er erzählt sie ihnen. He tells it to them. Now here again, because the direct object sie is being used in the personal pronoun form, therefore it will come after the conjugated verb, and the dative part of the sentence will come after the accusative part. So you again note that if we use the personal pronoun of direct object or the accusative part, then irrespective of whether you use the noun of dative or personal pronoun of dative, it will come after the accusative part. So I hope this is clear to you now. We have covered the personal pronoun in dative and we have seen the examples. Now one thing you have to consider is that it's not possible that after two examples you say that you haven't understood it or it's difficult. It will take time. You have to practice lot of sentences, you have to make lot of sentences. And one tip from this lesson I can give you is that you just replace these nouns with different nouns. Like here we have used Lisa, you can use um, people or a plural noun here, and instead of dem later you can use dem student, or you can use any other noun, and instead of dem later you can use any other noun in the dative form. Similarly here das Buch is in the accusative form, so instead of using the Buch as a noun you can maybe use a Blume, which means flower, or you can make different variations in this format of the sentence, and then you can practice follow these sequence, that you first replace the noun with the personal pronoun in nominative, then you change for the dative, and then you for the accusative, and see that how the position of accusative and dative is changing when you are using the personal pronoun. So you have to do a lot of practice. After that you will be getting the confidence that yes, you know dative to some extent. And in the following lesson we will cover dative from another aspect, and we will also cover the possessive pronoun and dative prepositions and verbs, etc. So keep watching the videos and do your practice, do your homework, so that you can have a grip on this important topic. Thank you.